Okay, so this is the first video. I didn't really record an intro and I jumped right into it, and then in my lack of editing skills, I like cut it in a weird way. So this video is literally just gonna go. It's just gonna start right in. So I'm kind of recording this little intro just so you know that I'm aware that it just kind of runs. And then all the other choppiness in the video, hopefully, I try to not cut anything out, so it's very, very candid and very, very authentic. And then just kind of end. But that's the first video. We know it's not going to be very good, but I'm trying. So I hope you enjoy. I bought this vlogging camera before I left New Jersey. It was like a few days before Amazon primed it. It ended up going to my childhood home address because that's the one that was still in my like Amazon account. And I had to go. It was a very emotional trip, and I had to go to my old house and pick up the camera. I saw, because you know they take a picture of it and they send it to you of like where they delivered it, so I knew it was there. That was really weird. And I told myself, okay, I'm gonna film this entire trip. I'm gonna film this new life, this new start. So I filmed the night that me and my mom got on a plane. I had a one-way ticket, and that was it, to Florida. I filmed that entire airport trip and a little bit, I think, of that night and the next day or so. And then I stopped and I didn't film anything else. And I haven't even really looked at that footage. And then that entire year, so all of last year, 2021 to 2022, until now, September of 2022, I filmed different events like on and off. I tried picking up my camera and like filming some days where I was just like in my apartment working, stuff like that. I was not really comfortable to take the camera out yet, even though I'm there with my phone taking pictures of stuff in grocery stores for Instagram stories and all of that. I just didn't really feel comfortable, and I kept trying, and I don't know, it didn't click. I actually filmed the unboxing of my new MacBook Pro that I spent like $4,000 on, that I'm not even happy with. And I bought that laptop as well for the purpose of being able to edit video seamlessly. Yeah, and so now I'm like, all right, I kind of wasted a year of that huge transition, and maybe that's okay because I needed that time to just feel comfortable in my new life. And there has just been so much that has gone on though, that I do have some like emotional moments captured, and I need to look at that footage and just see what it looks like. And I don't know if it's a good idea to now upload that like to the channel like backwards. Obviously you all are gonna have so many questions, which that's awesome. Please leave it in the comments, send me a DM on Instagram, anywhere, let me know, because I would love to answer your actual questions. And it's weird because I used to put a lot of my personal life in my blog, right? So when I started back when I was in high school and college, it was a lot more personal. That was when blogging was like a daily thing, and you wrote about your life, integrated in with like the recipes and stuff. Then that shift at the, I don't know, like 2015, 16, 17, 18, those years, that's what it was, like that bigger transition to like, no, it's got to be like SEO driven recipes, that's it, everything else is gone. And so I lost that, and I pulled back from sharing a lot of personal stuff. So I'm hoping that this channel will allow me to show the personal stuff, and it'll just be fun. You know, I started my blog as a hobby because I loved it, and then it grew into a business, and then it became stressful, and that's where it is now. You know, it can't be a personal thing, it has to be looked at as a business. So I'm hoping that this can just be, it can be fun, and if it grows to whatever, you know, whatever happens to it, I don't have any expectations. That's great. But I think I need another outlet too. So I don't know if I should make this video too, talking about the house. Like how did I buy a house at 25? You know, when they talk about millennials and, well, I don't know, am I Gen Z or millennial? I don't know. I'm like at the tail end, because right, 1996, June of 1996, I'm like a Gen Z, but not, because I don't relate to that. I don't really relate to millennials either. You know, I don't have student loans. I bought a house. And here's the wild story. While I am working on Strength and Sunshine as my business, you know, I always took on contract work and freelance and things like that. It gave me a lot more security, and obviously that's what helped me to move down here, like uproot my entire life and establish myself in Florida, which was one of the best decisions of my life, was moving down here. It is literally paradise. You feel like you're on vacation every day, especially from living in New Jersey, freezing cold, stormy New Jersey for 25 years. No, right? I wouldn't have been able to survive another year there. I'm so glad that I came down. It's beautiful. It's sunny, Strength and Sunshine. There's a reason. It was meant to be, and I'm so happy about that decision. So all of last year, I had a marketing role job at a CPG company, so a food and beverage brand. And right when I moved down, so around September time, so this time last year, I was applying to other things. That I love applying to different things I think I would be a good fit for, and whether that be contract, freelance, or possibly, you know, salaried role, I would apply. And it was at a venture capital firm. I came on as a contractor, and eventually January of this year, so January of 2022, I went full-time salaried. I was blown away by the amount of money that I was making. I felt really comfortable. I actually fell in love with, you know, the brands I was working on and the work that I was doing. It was content and community, so a lot of like content creation, copywriting, email, social, all of that, for different startups that they were launching, and as well as the podcast. So Sugar Solved, that was kind of my idea. They gave me this concept, and I turned that into, hey, let's start a podcast. I was a podcast host. That was such a learning curve, but it was fun, and I started to feel really good and comfortable in it. I liked the work that I was doing. It was like, I felt like I was good at it, and it was something I was like, all right, I can see myself here for years, you know, to come. Like I definitely would grow into it. And that helped me get, you know, my mortgage approved, the pre-approval, all of that. That helped me be able to buy this house that I'm in right now. And then I left, we won't talk about this right now, but I left the marketing job that I had in June, so the beginning of June. And then, you know, I moved here. It was just crazy stuff. The story of the entire process of this will have to be its own video. I have footage of all the places I saw. I put in so many offers on different places, and I have so many tips now and just insight, like, that I'm gonna tell you, like, the first time you buy, and I did this all by myself, which was probably a mistake. I wanted it to be all me, though. I didn't want anyone else's opinion, so there's that. But that was a mess. But we ended up here. And then, so I moved in, right? I didn't even have time to, like, I have to get this place painted. As you can see behind me, there's some weird stuff in here on the walls. The walls just need to be repainted. There's a lot of like handyman type work that needs to be done that I don't have the tools for. That, like, the door of my bedroom fell off the hinge. Basically everything that has a screw in it is not screwed in tightly whatsoever. So there's just a lot of work that needs to be done here. And again, like, I don't actually want to stay in this house because it's not in the location I want. You know, maybe if this place was in Delray, or, you know, now I'm like, wow, even if it was slightly south of that, like in Boca, maybe that would have been better. I don't know, but I feel far away from certain things now in Boynton, and I'm not sure why. I can hop right on 95 and get to all of South Florida so quickly, but to me, I think I really want to be in Delray, although I just could not get anything. And now the market's, going back to normal. I don't know. But again, I'm going to talk about the house stuff in a different video. So anyway, August comes. It's August 16th, I believe. It was a Tuesday. The night before, I got a Slack message to my email. So it was like 8 o'clock my time. The firm that I worked at was in LA, so they're West Coast time, 3-hour time difference. And it was my supervisor, director. He's like, oh, can we catch up the next day? And I'm like, well, this is weird because we normally catch up. We have our little one-on-one on Fridays. And I was like, all right, whatever. It's a little stressful. I had a podcast interview that day. I had another meeting that day. And basically, let's just say it, I got laid off, right? Now, I was making a 6-figure salary, and I just bought a house, and it all hinged on that. Like, the mortgage people looked at that job to qualify me for the pre-approval, all that. And they knew that I just bought a house. So like right now, I don't have a salary job at all. I always had something like extra with my blog. Right now, I just bought a house. I have a mortgage. I have bills. So the water bill, there's crazy stuff. I had to pay every single bill. There's like the HOA doesn't cover anything. The HOA is really shitty here. The only income right now that I have is my blog. And I have never lived solely off of my blog income. It was kind of something that I had go into a separate account. I didn't look at it. I used that to pay my taxes and to make like a tech purchase when I needed it. Like this camera or the laptop, because that's kind of what I need, the big stuff that I need to run the business. So right now I am kind of I have like a slight severance package, right? So I'm taking the month of September off, quote, but it's very, like, obviously I'm still blogging, like I can't really take off from that, I never have. But I'm easing up on a few things, and I'm just kind of exploring other projects that I've always wanted to do, but I've never had the time. So one of them is this, starting the YouTube channel. I have panic attacks like every day now. Like certain times I'll just be like, holy crap, like I just got laid off. And I don't know what to do. I'm very scared. So that will be a journey by itself. I hate applying to jobs. I hate applying to things. And it's like this many times that I always come to this point and I'm like, if I focus solely on my own things, I've always said I want time to really go all in on my blog, just really scale it, because it's just plateaued and it's just kind of there, right? Because I always had something else to work on. It was fine and I was happy with that. But now I'm fully self-employed. I'm a business owner. So I may ramp up the freelance stuff again and be able to work with these local small businesses that I always want to help. I'm like, wow, all these restaurants, all these different local food brands and stuff, like there's so much I could do for them. And I think I would like to do that. Maybe like even something that will allow me to travel around South Florida, driving there, doing a photo shoot for them. So another like 2 weeks or so, my family is literally coming the end of this week. The first time I'm seeing them in over a year, which is weird. I'm actually really scared about that. Once they get here and I can talk to them in person and I can, really dip my toes into like the vlogging, putting together a portfolio, something. Like I don't really have that. I didn't really need that. Now I kind of do. I don't think I'm going to go back to a salaried role. at another company because I can't work for someone else. Like, I just can't do it. I was not meant to do it. And I obviously, like, I was an entrepreneur at heart. I'm a content creator at heart. I have to be able to make my own schedule. I have to. Anytime a meeting pops up, like, I will do anything. I would rather cut my arm, off than sit at a Zoom meeting. Like, I just can't. So I think all these signs of me, the other job, I'm pretty sure I got fired. And the layoff, and then what has been the one thing that's always been with me is Strength and Sunshine, and it's my business, and it's something that I made. So I think I'm gonna go full in on that, go in on this, do freelance work, and yeah, I think we're gonna do this, and we're gonna document all of it. And now, you know, I wasted that entire last year, so you're not gonna see all the stuff that led up to this point. But from this point forward, I'm gonna document it because I don't know, but I'm scared and I need help, and I think this will be good for other people to see. You know, I just turned 26 in June. Yeah, so I feel old and I feel really scared because I'm like just floating right now. But again, I'm gonna give myself a few more weeks to kind of get my head straight and to take time off and do some fun things that I haven't been able to do, especially after the whole mortgage process. I'm tired. I'm very tired. Like, yesterday was a Sunday. I just like kind of napped all day. Now that could be because I'm really still in shock and everything from what just happened. But you know, I think I need to give myself that time and then start to get clarity on really where I need to start working and establishing, you know, again, I need more than revenue streams and, you know, all that. But obviously I've made it this far. I will figure it out. So thank you for listening to all this. I really hope it makes sense. This isn't a vlog because I shot a little bit on Saturday and then I just didn't. Hopefully it will become a lot more like intuitive after I've done it a lot more and I'm getting more comfortable with it. But hopefully maybe the sit down stuff is easier, obviously. But yeah, please leave comments down below, questions, so I can answer them in the next video. I guess the next video should be the house buying process. I really want to get that out there because I want to show you all the places that I saw. Of course, all the footage I have is vertical because I filmed on my phone and I did not hold my phone horizontally, so there's that. Yeah, so there we go. So like, comment, subscribe, give me some love on this new channel, and let's do this together. Bye, guys.